Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Grief Drums, and welcome to part 2 of the map tips and tricks for Outback as part of the Operation Burnt Horizon DLC. Now, anyone pushing in from the western spawn, trying to attack the Bushranger site downstairs, along with the, I think it's called the nature room, they've got a few different ways to contest, but they can try and open this up with thermite and gain a really good plant spot and access to the site. I'll go in and show you, but just over here inside of the Bushranger room, you've got this fridge just on the left, and it's got this door on it, which is actually bulletproof. It's completely impenetrable, you can't shoot through it, and subsequently it's a really nice little hiding spot, somewhere that you can utilise to lock down this single doorway. It is a little bit obvious, so you're going to want to reinforce the wall just to your right, but what you can do is by placing a mirror on that wall, you can stop anyone coming in through that door. And what I've been doing is I've been taking a shield as well. I tried placing it really close at first, but the issue with that is when you're trying to contest this, it does cover you to your left, but the gap in between the shield and the fridge is actually huge. By moving that shield and placing it a lot further forward, you can narrow that gap even more, and as I'll show you here, you get a much more cleaner pixel peak. You don't have to worry quite so much about moving around back here. Now obviously with the new shields coming out, I believe next season, it's going to make this even more viable because you're going to be able to quite clearly see that doorway, as well as looking at all of the other doors to your right over to the west. I can keep an eye on that door, I can keep an eye on the door through there, and I can even have a look onto the stairs by lying down and controlling all of this side, all by myself. Now the only difficulty to this is it's working at the minute because no one really knows the map. Anyone that goes upstairs and opens up this section of roof just next to this blue whatever it is, they're going to get a really easy kill on you. There's nowhere for you to go, so use this with a pinch of salt. It's going to be handy for the first few weeks, but I can quite clearly see this, getting just ruined by everyone once they know the map a little bit better. With that verticality being utilised, anyone trying to push in through here, they do have to worry about this. This is really good for defenders to utilise against attackers. Coming up to the top of the stairs just next to where we were and opening a little bit further over to the left, you can get a really good line of sight down onto the corridor that is just in front of that doorway that I just pushed in through. As you can see, you come in through the doorway, you're trying to contest both the roof and that doorway with hotel just above it. There's too many ways for you to try and look at, so you're going to get taken out by one of them, hopefully. As a defender, you have got this window behind you, so you do need to be a little bit careful of that. But what you can do is really, really good, is you see people come in through there, and if you don't manage to light them up and kill them, you've got a good external rotation, so you can come out behind and just scare the hell out of them. Now, as an attacker, verticality is going to be your biggest and most beneficial thing when you're attacking, certainly the nature room and the Bushranger room. The bomb site is just there, so, a lot of people sort of hunker down in this bit and try and hold a bit of a pixel onto the door, but the ceiling above them is completely destructible. I mean, the whole site can be controlled from up above. This section of floor that I've just opened up looks directly down onto where we were just standing, downstairs, that pixel peak behind the bar. That is one area. You can also see onto the bomb where it would be, and anyone trying to hide behind that. So that can be really strong. So that one little place in front of the stairs, coupled with, opening up some other sections upstairs like this, you open the wall, there is a hatch on the other side which may or may not be reinforced. You can also lock down the entire sort of connection between the two rooms from here, and just running between these is going to be really effective. But if for some reason they've got another sort of rotation hole like we've been putting in, opening this section of the floor in front of this doorway is going to lock that down as well. We've been putting it in that green wall just below me. So, that's 3 charges, and that's the connector and the nature room completely locked down. Sledge could have done this all on his own in about 30 seconds, if that. But there are other places you can open up as well. By opening this section next to the door in the laundry room, you get a view down into the actual connector itself. I will go downstairs and show you all of these in just a minute. But I mean, one operator locking all of this down is so powerful. And then of course you have got the bit looking down that we just showed next to the fridge. The whole top floor, utilise it. Utilise that verticality because it is strong. Anyone sitting here is going to have a bad day. Anyone moving through the connector is going to have a bad day. As I just said, you've got the hatch that you can try and, drop or smoke from. You could fuse this entire area from above. It's just so strong. But, if you're attacking the Bushranger in the nature room, utilise the laundry room above. Definitely go up there, definitely open the floor up as much as you can. Now here's a really good one. This one's from Nico. This is just a bit of fun. If you vault up onto here in the gear store, you look at this particular point that I'm aiming at, you aim at it, and then you sprint forward and vault. You can get up on top of the shelving system itself, and then by moving to the end and crouching, you can get up on top of the tent, lie down, and you can move around all over up here. Now, as I say, this is full credit to Nico_R6S. He is a real god at finding stuff like this. It's just so cheeky. I don't know how effective it's going to be, but it's a bit of fun, you know. Any cav mains out there might be able to utilize it and just sort of surprise people. If you're into these fun ones where you get up on top of things and sort of catch people out, this vending machine just inside of the motel reception, you can open this doorway by standing on top of the vending machine and you just get a good line of sight outside where people aren't going to expect to see you. Anyone trying to push through this door, you can just, scare the living daylights out of them, shotgun them, do whatever you want to do. The only thing you need to be careful of is the door behind you, coming from the sort of reptile hallway. You may want to barricade that off. More fun now from Nico. He is a god. This was an amazing little find. By coming out of the electrical room, moving over to this ramp, or this little barrier here, you can vault up on top of it and you have access to the roof as a defender. The entire roof, you can go anywhere you want. So I don't know how you're going to utilize this. I don't know if people can. It's probably good for the memers out there. I could see Marley doing this quite frequently. I reckon it'll be some pretty cool clips. But you literally just vault out of the window. You need to be up on this tiny little ledge bit, crouch down, wait for the vault prompt, and then just move your way forward. And as I say, the whole roof is accessible from here. There isn't a single place that you cannot get. How long are you going to survive up here? I don't know. I reckon you'd be taken out pretty quickly. But nevertheless, could be a bit of a giggle. Could surprise some attackers if you can get up there fast enough and they've just gone up there. When it comes to utilising Valkyrie, there are some Valk cams that you can put out and about. I'm really liking this one in the garage. Putting it up on the top of there, you get a good line of sight onto both of those windows, which at the minute seem to be fairly common sort of access points to the building, probably just because they're the most well known and the garage is a good focal point. But nevertheless, knowing that people are coming in from there is going to be effective. Another camera I've really enjoyed using that gives you a good line of sight over a big area is this one. At the top of the mezzanine, there's the set of stairs there. You can see I am just aiming at there and I throw the camera up. This one gives a good line of sight onto the stairs, the window. You can see all the way down to the bull and you can see all of the mezzanine itself. This one is really well hidden. It's just out of line of sight, so people aren't going to spot it if you're not tagging on it, but the intel it can provide is huge. Other good Valk cams, as you can see, you can quite easily get them up on top of the roof. How long they're going to last there, I don't know, but you get a good line of sight all the way over the south to the garage and anyone else spawning over that side. It's just a case of vaulting out, throwing the Valk cam up and getting back inside. You could probably even do it while staying inside. I didn't actually try it, but nevertheless, it's pretty handy. If you're at the top of the mezzanine stairs, coming out and throwing a Valk cam onto this telegraph pole just over here, you get a really good line of sight onto anyone over on the north side of the map, so that can be pretty handy. And it's very low risk coming out and doing this, but yeah, you come out, throw it on the telegraph pole, and have a good old line of sight on everyone. Once you know they're there, it's going to be really easy to just run out onto people. And as long as you don't tag, I reckon that cam will stay there for quite some time. I'm afraid that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully this guide will assist you in some way, shape or form. If you want me to break down the map a little bit further as to, what the actual bomb sites are, how best to defend each one and stuff like that, I can do. And, I've been playing a lot of the Discovery playlist just to figure this map out, just to figure out what works and what doesn't. But unfortunately, until everyone knows the map, these kind of videos are really difficult to do purely because of the fact you don't know where everyone's going to sit. You don't know where the defenders are going to hunker down. So until you come up with proper strats, it's very often quite challenging. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the dislike button and let me know why down in the comments below. If you don't already, make sure to subscribe for all things Rainbow Six. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay reckless and relentless.